everyone. Welcome to another episode of We Are the Transformation Generation podcast.
Yeah.
So happy to be here this evening. Tonight will probably be a really quick one. We had a really great conversation last week. If you didn't see it, this should be on our publication, the Generation Transformation podcast publication. Well, last week we were talking about how millennials don't listen. And my mom here was just sharing her thoughts on millennials don't listen. I was weighing in, and it was a really great conversation if you haven't listened to it. But today is just our part two. We kind of wanted to complete it, and just kind of talk about the emotional aspect of it all. I'm Phae. I am a millennial, and you are.
I am just Arlene. I am an artist. I am a networker. I am many things, an entrepreneur. I'm just so many things. And I like to smile.
And what generation do you come from?
Eh.
Generation A. You come from your own generation. Period. That's the type of time that you were. So like I said, last week we were talking about how millennials don't listen and just kind of understand like what's the myth around that. And we kind of landed in a place of like, it's not that, and I'm speaking for myself as a millennial, it's not that millennials don't listen. It's just that we are coming into ourselves and we're just understanding and building our autonomy and our agency. And that it's not that maybe we're not listening, we're considering, we're hearing, but everything that we hear may not apply. And everyone has a different emotional reference. You know, how our parents and how older generations came into the things that they came to know it because they went through the experience. And so because we're not, it's not that we're not listening, it's just that we are living our life and going through our own experiences. And so we wanted to close out the conversation. Mom, I more so just wanted to know, I know for me, it hurts me to feel unheard. You know, I don't appreciate when people don't listen to me. And so that's kind of just what I wanted to close out the millennials don't listen conversation with is like, what comes up for you when you feel like I'm not listening to you?
I look very blurry on the
Yeah.
internet stable. Well, that's a couple of things. And one of the things that I was thinking was, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of the things that I was thinking is we may be the only species that, yeah, I went there, that we try to adult our adult children. A lot of the animals, they take care of them. They give them the basics, and then they send them on their way. And we don't do that. And it could be for cultural reasons. It could just be attachment, that claiming property. Like I had you, I birthed you, that's generational because that's what our parents said. I
Mm-hmm.
had you, I brought you in this world, and I could take you out. It was a thing. So that same type of that you belong to me, you are my property, that type of mindset. But um it's not that y'all are not listening, but you wanna do it your own way. And my generation, we felt like we've already paved the way.
Mm-hmm.
We've paved the way. Why do you have to go through the same thing we went through? And something that you like to say a lot is you want your own experience. And when I hear you say that, I feel like, why would you want to go through that? Like, and you be like, but it's my own journey. I won't know and I won't understand until I walk through it myself. And I'm like, but it's a dead end. And you be like, but I want to go see for myself. And I've learned to allow you to go see for yourself without judgment, without when you do come and say, um, something didn't work out, without saying, I told you so.
Yeah.
Because that was a thing, to say "I told you so," or you coulda I just say, what I feel. I've learned. I'm a person that I like to take the shortest route. I don't wanna take the long route. I wanna take the shortest route. So if somebody tell me that's a dead end, I'm gonna kinda listen. Imma see what resonates with me. But if you tell me it's a dead end and I think that you are a reliable source, then chances are I probably will detour a different direction, because at the end of the day, most parents are not trying to help their children. They're trying
Mhm.
to they trying to help them. And so advising them and guiding them are all a part of helping. And if I'm sharing wisdom with you, I automatically feel like you should take it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, so that's how I feel. But in the beginning, sure, it was a learning curve. I had to learn for myself, like, you're not doing it. Well, I'm not going to say that. I used to say, oh gosh, she just want to be defiant, you know, and that's a real thing because sometimes you just don't want to hear from your parents, but someone else could come and say the same thing using two or three different words, and it's like gospel.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, that in the beginning could have been hurtful, but I don't take it personal. I just say it takes a village to raise a child. So if I'm saying something, it's not getting across for you. I don't mind my neighbors coming and talking to you. I don't mind my friends because I don't mind them saying the things that you can't hear from me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just wish my
Yeah, where'd your pull your lighting down? Is your lighting on your face?
yeah, but no, it's the whole camera. It's just blurry.
Oh. We can hear your heart and your intentions.
So I'm not hurt when you don't listen anymore.
And yeah, I was like, anyway, okay, 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 okay. No, it's
And
fine. That's absolutely valid. I couldn't absolutely because I'm someone who thinks that I know everything sometimes, and I'm just like, well, just do it this way. This way makes more sense. And I can definitely be like that a lot. And I recognize that about myself. So I understand how frustrating it could be when you're like, well, I'm telling you, I'm showing you the way. Like, why would you want to go through it? And, I'm never saying I want to struggle. I'm never saying I want the obstacles. What I'm saying is I want the opportunity to experience life the way you have. Um, was there ever a moment where you wish you would have listened to your parents or an elder or a peer? And what was that moment?
you know, you said the moment that I wish I had listened or had not.
Is there a moment where you wish you would have listened to a parent or an elder
Um,
when they try to guide you?
Not really. Not really. I can recall doing things that I didn't want to do only because my parents said so.
Mm.
Because that's just what you did, until I became an adult. I felt like I know what was best for me, you know. So yeah, by that time then I was like coming into myself and I had my own mind. I had my own theories of how I think things were supposed to be. And part of the path that I chose was because of my parents. So would it have been my choice? No. But today, I'm grateful for listening to my parents because today my life is different. Um, I'm retired at a young age and a lot of people can't say that. So I'm thankful and the journey has taught me a lot of just life skills, like how to survive and being on your own and what to do. And, because I think when I moved out, I didn't have any instructions. I just didn't wanna listen. It's not that I didn't wanna listen, but, I was choosing my peace, and that's what I chose to do. I chose to move out, and there was no guidelines to what to do when you get out in the real world, so I have real life experiences, from all types of things that I was involved in and stuff like that, so I try to armor you with those same tools just so that you can be prepared. And one of the things that you don't like is when I say play the game, you don't like that. Life is a game of chess. Life is a game of chess. Know your pieces. That's my favorite thing. And you, "Oh, I don't want to get on the board, but you're already on the board, baby. Just move around. Just move around the board, baby. You
Yeah.
know, you had to come to your own realization of it's true that life is a game of chess and you have to move accordingly. You don't oh, but knowing the rules is what helps you advance.
Yeah.
And even knowing the rules, you have to know the rules
And
and
I
know
don't
huh? You have to know
nothing.
the rules, know yourself because if you don't know yourself, then you'll fall for anything and everything.
Mhm.
But if you know yourself, you can guide yourself, "Okay, so let me not step on this square, let me step on that square," and then you'll be justified in your reason of why you chose to move in that direction, which what is chess? Advancing different directions. So, know your pieces. Put them people, give them name, put them pawns and give them name. How many people in your life is your pawn? Okay. No, I'm sorry. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Know your pieces, and, that's one of the biggest things that I think that I have tried to instill in you.
Yeah. And you definitely instilled that in me. I'm very I say I'm more aware of the rules of the game now. And I still have my thoughts about the game. And I don't know if we always agree about how I play the game, but I know what my spirit
Hello,
I'm
thank
sorry,
you.
Pop Jesus. I know what my spirit says about the game, and so I'm gonna honor what my spirit says, what my body says. I'm considering in the back of my mind what you say, and that's what I said in our last episode is like, um, I hear you. There's no decision that I make where I'm not considering what you would say. Like, so before I even come to you and tell you what I'm about to do, I've already heard what you're saying. So I feel like that is symbolic of me listening. I hear, I know how you move through the world, I understand your perspective, and that's me saying, "I know what you're gonna say. I already had a conversation, and I'm still choosing me." So I know we don't agree how I play the game, but I will say I'm definitely understanding the rules more, and I definitely have my thoughts about the game and how to approach it. I will say, hello, hi.
Hi.
Um, so, oh,
So how do you
some
decide
mhm.
how do you decide that when you are listening to me from a, um I'm sorry, I'm distracted at my own video. I'm looking at myself with the thing. How do you decide when you should listen to me? Like, what makes you say, "Well, you know what? I'm just gonna listen the first time she said that," or "I'm not gonna listen because I just don't wanna listen to her." What do you take as guidance and what do you take as wisdom?
Um, let's when you say listen, I wanna actually define what you mean by listen, because I think we had this conversation. Like, what's the difference between listening, considering, comprehending, applying? When you say listen, do you say does listening to you how do you how can I show you that I'm listening? Does that mean hearing what you're saying and doing what you're saying? Does that
No,
how you d
listen to understand, listening to comprehend, not just hear me. I don't speak to just be heard.
Yeah,
I speak with a purpose.
yeah, uh,
So I want you to hear I want you to hear I want you to hear and realize like, okay, so she's saying that from this angle and not always from a mother's point of view, but from a human point of view and just an experienced person that has how many years I have on this earth.
Right.
And
Like, bro.
things don't things don't necessarily completely change. Things don't do a 360. We keep repeating the same things and the same things and the same things. They just look a little bit different.
Yeah,
So what I went through, you're going through the same thing I went through. It just looks a little bit different.
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm having a harder time today than you are because you was born in a generation of technology.
Mhm.
Every all these social medias and this and that. And I'm having a difference with it in terms of like what was we talking about today? I was trying to get in some gate and I couldn't even get in the gate. You had to put in the code. And I'm just like, see, just give me a lock and key and let me go about my business. We spent 30 minutes trying to get in the gate because I had to put the app on my phone and all of this stuff. And I'm like, I could have been in this gate 30 minutes and went about my life.
Mm. Mhm.
Again, I don't like to spend a lot of time doing one thing. So that kind of irks me, but you was patient and you was calm and you was like,
Wow. I can't wait for our next conversation. Gen Xers have anxiety. That conversation. I mean, I think, and I think you make a really valid point. I do agree in terms of you being Gen X and me being a millennial. I think when it comes to guidance, I think parents have every right to speak to the values of what it means to be a human being. Are you helpful? How are you in community? Do you love yourself? Do you know yourself? Like, I feel like those values don't change. Have money, save money. Like the basics, I agree, don't change. Um, will be a part of the job market, but your job market looked a lot different than my job market did. Your housing market looked a lot different than my housing market. So there are still certain things that it's like, we're going to just have to figure this out as millennials. So I will agree at a certain point, some things are absolutely fundamentally the same about life. Um, but to answer your question, because you say you speak with a purpose, you say you speak with a purpose and you speak to for me to understand. And that's the point that's what I'm saying. You have been, you've experienced so much life and you experience the same things over and over and over again. And so this, obviously we're talking about a generational gap or divide. And I think that's when imagery like that makes sense. Because I don't think we're divided for sake of division and just being rah, rah, rah towards each other. But I do think your perspective as someone who's Gen X is helpful because it's like, you are like, the box is blue. The box is blue. You tell me the box is blue. The box is blue. You can see the box is blue, but I'm on the box. I can't see the box. I can't see the whole box. So you're telling me the box is blue, but I can't see the box because you've seen the box that's blue several times. You're far away enough from the box for it to be blue. You know that when it's blue, you're all right. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to harm you. You know how to handle the box when it's blue. I'm still in the midst of all of that. So when you say you listen for me to understand, that's why I'm saying I don't understand because I don't have that reference point. I can't see that the box is blue. You can see that the box is blue. And you're trying to tell me the box is blue. And I'm like, the box is blue, but how big is it? Should I be afraid of the box? What is the box gonna do? Should I pick it up? Should I put down on it? And you like, the box is blue. Tanisha, the walk towards me, the box is blue. And I'm trying to tell you, I can't see the box. And it's
but
not that I'm not listening, it's just that I don't have a reference point for the box.
sometimes you have to step out of you to hear.
I don't
Sometimes,
know whether it's worth it or not.
sometimes you have to step outside of yourself to hear what, because for example, if you didn't have your sight and I'm telling you the box is blue, you would have no choice but to listen.
Yeah.
You would have no choice but to know that whatever information I am giving you is for your own good. So for that same box that you're standing on, you can't see it's blue, but I can because I'm on the
Yeah.
outside of it. So if I'm saying come to me, it's for your own good.
Yeah. That's understandable. And sometimes,
To see-
huh?
You don't always need to see with your own eyes.
That's what the white man wants you to believe.
Okay.
Oh, you make a great, and that's a good point. And I think, but sometimes you told us the box was blue, and it was actually harmful. Because again, I think that goes back to we were talking about last week. Y'all say dress nice. Look, if you look nice, you'll get the job. If you look nice, you'll be respected at the job. And so we do that, and then we get in there and we find out, oh, you're black. It doesn't matter how well you dress or how hard you work, you're black.
Hmm.
And it took me years to understand it doesn't matter how hard I work. I mean, granted that I can't say that's my complete experience. I've had, well, actually, no, that's not true. That has been my experience at times. It didn't matter how hard I worked. It was because I'm black is why I didn't get the promotion, is why I didn't get the job. Um, huh?
I said, absolutely. I've been there.
Yeah. So sometimes, so that's the difference between being a child and being an adult. Being adult is you saying, is you just being responsible about the choices you make. I have to be responsible and accountable for you to tell me the box is blue, and I'm not trusting that the box is blue, and me having to find out that the box is blue. You would rather I learn and listen that first time and understand that the box is blue, but as an adult who has the agency and the autonomy to say no, or I want to find out for myself, or actually I think the box is purple, then that's my journey. That's and that's life. And I think when I become a parent, I'll probably better understand. Actually, I don't have to be a parent. Like I said, I will see someone do something. I'm like, oh, you could do it this way, but they're not me, and I'm not them. And you also ask a good question of like, when do I know when to listen to you and when not to listen to you? I listen to you all the time. I hear you all the time. I don't always apply what you say. When if we both get to the same result, that's when I don't listen to you. It's like, hey, put this thing together or take this thing over there. If we both can get to the same end result, I will actively be okay with not listening to you because it's the same end result.
And how's that
And
work for you?
it'd be working out just fine. It depends on what it is. I'm not always. If it's like a low stakes situation, something as simple as bagging the groceries or something simple, if the end result is the same and it's not a life or death situation, I will be like, it's all right. But I am. Do you think I'm hearing what you're saying more? Do you think I'm coming to you
Oh,
sooner?
if I don't know if you're hearing more or I'm anymore.
I'm sorry, you cut out. What did you say?
I don't know if you're hearing more or I'm just not that invested.
I think you've just decided you're gonna let me come to you. I think that's what you decided.
Yeah, yeah. It's when you say, and then we had a conversation about that. You're gonna ask for help when you need it.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
want help or you want advice, you're gonna come and you're gonna ask for it. So other than that, I'm just gonna keep my mouth tight.
And you know what's funny? I find it easier that I'm coming to you. I find it easier to come to you more now and ask you questions. Because just light bulb, one day I woke up and I was like, I don't know what she's talking about.
Oh, just one random day.
Just
Oh, okay.
a random
Oh,
Tuesday. A random Tuesday. But the reason why I came to that conclusion is because I had my life experience. And once I've had a life experience and I realized you already told me this thing 6 months ago and it keeps happening, I'm like, okay, maybe she knows what she's talking about. And I've decided that I want to stop wasting my time. So I've decided that I'm going to ask for help. And it's also about asking for help. I think a lot. It's about being willing to ask for help. It's about honoring your agency as an adult because I spent so much of my life living by somebody else's instructions. It's natural for me to want to live life by my own instructions. So I think it's like a mixture of a lot of things. It's a mixture of like how much advice could you give in today's world, which you can give a lot. Again, the fundamentals and the basics you can always speak to. How to be a good partner, how to be a good friend, how to be a good community member. Uh, Save $5 here, at least 10%. You know what I'm saying? Like, like little bits and bobs you can definitely speak to. But I've decided that I think you know what you're talking about. I can trust you. I can trust you as a human being, not just as my mother. Because also that, like, me just trusting you because you're my parent sounds like a white man. I don't know. Me trusting you just because I'm an authority. I don't. My spirit doesn't move well with that. But I've decided as a human being, I really like the way you move through the world, and I would like your help more.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You do not
Okay,
get,
I'll check my calendar.
and that is valid. That that is absolutely valid. That is
No,
valid.
I appreciate that. One of the things that even from when you was 14, and I relocated, and I always felt that I gave you the best foundation that I could have given you.
Absolutely.
So, like, I had my friends was going, "You gonna leave your girl child? You gonna leave your girl child?" I was just like, "She's gonna be fine." I gave her the tools she need to survive, and I felt like, I told you and taught you everything that I could have taught you. And they said, "But your 14-year-old needs you at that." I'm just a phone call away, and you didn't want to go anyway, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter at that moment. At that moment, I had to choose me.
Mm.
At
Mm.
that, I had to choose me, and I chose me, and I relocated. And you was adamant you didn't want to come until you did. Okay,
I wasn't gonna
so
lie.
right, so when and I already knew that. I already knew that that was gonna be it. But again, I had to let you see for yourself. And shortly thereafter, you joined me.
What you knew?
Huh?
What you knew?
No, it's just that again, I set the foundation, and it's 14. You have your friends. You got a routine. You didn't want to uplift and leave those things, and you have family. So I understood. I wasn't offended, but I was just at a time in my life where I needed to make a change,
Yeah.
and quickly. So, and I don't think it's anything that ever hindered our relationship. Me relocating. Um, I don't think that was anything that ever did anything because, again, I was I was proud that I had instilled in you some very strong tools to get you through this thing called life.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I saw I was going down a very interesting path. And with all the agency and foundation you gave me, I was like, oh, no, I want to make something of myself. And I was like, hello, come get me. I'll be there with my things. Thank you, darling. I'll be at the airport. Come retrieve me and my items. Thank you so much.
That's good that you saw for yourself that, you didn't like the path that you may have turned to.
Hmm.
So you was like, "Oop, not that road. Let me go this road." So it's good that you saw that. Again, the foundations and was there.
Yeah. Shout out to
I'm
you.
pretty wise. I'm a pretty tight decision maker, so I think you inherit that from me.
Oh, just making a decision that's best for yourself and going about it.
No, just decision making.
Absolutely. And making decisions that's best for yourself. And either you going to get with this or you're not. I definitely get that from you.
I mean, at that time, yes.
Absolutely. That's literally what you just said. You're like, I needed to make a change and I had to make a decision. And one thing about it, when I need to make a change, I'm making a decision. I'm not asking nobody. I'm informing and letting y'all know what's happening. And everybody can go from there. And I need to get a little better at that. I need to get a little better at that. But I definitely get that from you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh,
Well, I think that is a great end to millennials don't listen. What do you think?
yeah, that's about it. I mean, y'all just have delayed reaction.
If that's what you like to call it. From your perspective, you'll call it a delayed
That's what I
reaction.
that's what I've heard through the grapevine. I'm not calling it anything, but I kinda heard that through the grapevine. I listen, but maybe not at the moment you want me to. Maybe not right then, but I listened. Might be 3 years from now, but I listened.
What is the definition of listen? What does the white man say? I wanna because if I'm making a decision and I already know what you're gonna say when I bring the decision to you, that means I'm hearing something. I'm so we listen. We can do what we want.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
How's that for you?
we've busted the myth. Millennials do listen. They just also do what they want. Thoughts on that? Speak it to the back.
If that's what gets you through life.
That was a very diplomatic answer. All right. Also, no, I don't know what I was gonna say. I forgot. I forgot what I was gonna say. No, but thank you all for tapping in and joining us. Another riveting conversation. We'll let you know about our next episode when it comes out because there may be some birthday celebrations happening, so we may have to make space for that. So stay tuned about when we will go live for our next episode. And also, as we have a almost birthday person in the midst right here, I think a great birthday gift would be to follow the Just Arlene page, Just Arlene 9 page. They need 10 subscribers to go live. So I think for a great birthday present, you should follow Just Arlene 9 so they could get 10 subscribers. So they could go live on their own Substack page and do all the things and share all their artist content. Please, absolutely. Thank you so much, darlings. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We really appreciate the love and the likes and all the things.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Feel free to chime in our comments. Give us any comments, suggestions, anything that you would like to say in the comments. We enjoy reading comments.
We do. We love it. We actually really do. Yeah.
We do. We enjoy reading the comments and
Yeah.
reply back.
Yeah. We do reply back. And we're also looking to bring on guests. Like, we love to hear other people sound off, other mother daughters, mother sons, parent guardian, parent guardian child, not parent guardian. People with parental figures in their lives, just, Gen Xers, Gen Zers. Like, we would love to open up the conversation a bit more. So if you're interested, message one of us. We'd love to bring more people on and expand. So, yeah. All right, y'all.
Thank you very much. Good night. I am
Yep.
literally going to bed.
Just go to sleep. I'm to go to sleep. Bye.
My last meeting of the day.
Yeah.
All
Bye.
right.
Love you. Bye.
Bye bye.